Good morning, students. In this part 2 of the lecture, as in the first part, we have derived the values of these three wave functions. This is the wave function in region 1, wave function in region 2, and the wave function in region 3. And we have taken this g is equal to 0 because there is no barrier in region 3rd for reflection to take place. So that's why this g is 0 and we have this psi3 is equal to f e raised to power plus iota k1x. Now we will apply boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? There are two boundary conditions: that the value of the wave function must be continuous at the boundaries. And what are the two boundaries here? Here we have two boundaries. One is at x is equal to 0 and another one at x is equal to a. So the value of the wave function must be continuous at x is equal to 0 and a. And the second boundary condition is that the first derivative of wave function, that is d psi by dx, it must also be continuous at the boundaries, that is at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to a. And then from these boundary conditions, we will derive the values of these amplitudes a, b, c, d, f. So, what is the first boundary condition? According to the first boundary condition, at x is equal to 0, what are the two wave functions? At x is equal to 0, the two wave functions are psi1 and psi2. So, this psi1, it will be equal to psi2 at x is equal to 0. And the second boundary condition is at x is equal to a, the two wave functions are psi2 and psi3 at x is equal to a. So at x is equal to a, psi2 must be equal to psi3. Now put the values. So what is psi1? Psi1 is this. Put x is equal to 0 here. When you will put x is equal to 0 here, e raised to power 0 will be 1. E raised to power 0 will be 1. So on left hand side, the value of psi1 at x is equal to 0 will be a plus b. It is equal to the value of psi2 at x is equal to 0. So again put x is equal to 0 in the value of psi2. And in case of psi2, here we have plus k2x and minus k2x. There is no iota. So e raised to power 0 will be 1. E raised to power 0 again 1. So on right hand side we will have c plus d. And suppose this equation as equation 11th. Then from this boundary condition at x is equal to a, the value of psi2 at x is equal to a will be c e raised to power plus k2a plus d e raised to power minus k2a. It is equal to the value of psi3 at x is equal to a. It will be f e raised to power plus iota k1a. And suppose this as equation 12th. So now we will apply second boundary condition. According to second boundary condition, at x is equal to 0, the derivative of wave function in region 1, it will be d psi 1 by dx. At x is equal to 0, it will be equal to the derivative of the wave function in region 2 at x is equal to 0. So solve this. What is the derivative of psi1? Derivative of psi1 will be iota k1a e raised to power plus iota k1x minus iota k1b e raised to power minus iota k1x at x is equal to 0. It is equal to derivative of side 2, it will be k2c e raised to power plus k2x minus k2d e raised to power minus k2x at x is equal to 0. Now put x is equal to 0 on the two sides and you will get e raised to power, all e raised to power zeros will be 1. So we have this iota k1 common. So a minus b, it is equal to, from right hand side we have k2 common, c minus d. And find the value of a minus b from here. So we have a minus b, it is equal to k2 by iota k1 into c minus d. Now move this iota to the numerator by multiplying and dividing it by iota. So it will be a minus b, it is equal to minus iota k2 by k1 into c minus d. So this is equation 12th. And one more boundary condition will be there at x is equal to a, because there is one more boundary, that is at x is equal to a. At x is equal to a, the two regions meet are region 2 and region 3. So the derivative of wave function in region 2 will be d psi 2 by dx at x is equal to a. It will be equal to the derivative of the wave function in region 3 at x is equal to a. Now what is the derivative of this psi 2? It is k2c e raised to power plus k2x minus k2d e raised to power minus k2x at x is equal to a. It will be equal to the derivative of psi 3. It will be iota k1 f e raised to power plus iota k1 x at x is equal to a. Put x is equal to a in the two equations. On the two sides, you will get k2 is common. We have c e raised to power plus k2a minus d e raised to power minus k2a. It is equal to iota k1 f e raised to power plus iota k1a. And now move this k2 to this side. So it will be c e raised to power plus k2a minus d e raised to power minus k2a. It is equal to iota k1 by k2 f e raised to power plus iota k1a. And suppose this as equation 13. Now, first of all, we will find the value of c and d in terms of f. Then we will find the value of a and b in terms of f. So out of these four equations, 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th, first we will solve the equations involving, this was 11th, 12th, so this is 13th and 14th. So first we will solve this c and d in terms of f. So equation 14th and equation 12th. How we can solve this? Firstly, add the two equations 12th and 14th, then subtract the two 12th and 14th, and you will get c and d in terms of f. So it is a homework for you guys that calculate the value of c and d in terms of f by adding this equation 12th and 14th and by subtracting equation 12th and 14th. Then put those values of c and d in terms of f in equation 11th and in equation 13th, and then calculate the values of a and b in terms of f. How? By adding the two equations 11th and 13th and then by subtracting the two equations 11th and 13th. And then you will find the values of a in terms of f, b in terms of f, c in terms of f and d in terms of f. So this is your homework, and tomorrow we'll discuss reflection coefficient in this case and transmission coefficient in this case, and then tunneling effect in this case. So then this article will be completed, and this is one of the most important article of this chapter.